Alright, in this tutorial we're going to look at pivot tables. So we can see here that this, under the pivot tables tab, we have a tremendous amount of data. If you were to scroll all the way to the right, okay, we have up top the years, months, day, hours, and on the left side here we have 1959 all the way down to 2009. So this is 50 years of rainfall data. And we're going to look at how to compress this data into something a little more manageable. Just again to see here, this is in 1959, month 1, January 1st, and looking at all the hours, what the rain was, giving us a total of 6 at the end here. So we want to compress this data because you can see there's a tremendous amount of it. We're going to use a pivot table for that. So we're going to insert pivot table here, but before we do that, we're actually going to select the data. It's a little easier to do it at this point, so I'm going to select that first cell, hit shift, double click on the bottom and then the right. That selects everything we need, and then hit pivot table. So you can see that the range that we selected is here under table/range, and then choose where you want the pivot table to be report to be placed. We're going to put it under a new worksheet just to have it easier to use with. Okay, so as we've done that, now the table is blank still. You still have to build the report over here. So we got to choose which fields are represented. So we want to start with the larger incrementations of date. So the year, we want to put that on the row. So you're just going to click and drag, and that's going to come down here to row, and then month is going to get click and drag down to labels here. Now, so you can see on the rows we have 59 all the way through 2009, and then the column labels 1 through 12, or January through December. And the other thing we need is down here under the sum of the values. That has to be inputted as well in order for the data to come in. So we have to choose whether or not we want the hour 1 of rain, hour 2, all the way down, and you can see the total here. That's actually the value that represents the entire day, so that's what we want. And so we'll do that, and lo and behold, we get this data, which is much easier to use. You can go to basically 1972, look at month 5, which would be in May of 1972. We got 353 units of rain, and that year we had a grand total of 5,158 units. So now, in order to sort this data, you can see over here we can sort smallest to largest, which it currently is, or largest to smallest. This is just dealing with the row label, so it's doing the columns, the column of years, and we want to stick with smallest to largest as we've had it here. The column label does similar. This is just whether or not you want to go from December or from January. January is obviously the natural selection. Now the other thing we can do here is if we click in here under grand total, you actually go under home and then sort filter. I can go smallest to largest here. Actually, let's go largest to smallest, and that's going to show you that 1988 had the largest units of rain at 7,360. So there's different ways to modify your table, but you can see that this does do a much better job of reporting the data, grand totals, either by month down here, or by year, or looking at each individual year and month.